Hi friends, Evolving guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for following along with our collection journey. So today is a Master Set Monday, and it actually is kind of a monumental Master Set Monday because I think it's going to be the last Master Set Monday that I'm going to do for a while. Yes, I'm thinking about taking a step back from the channel. I appreciate all of your support for those who are watching and have watched over the year and a half that I've had this channel. It has been a fun outlet for me to share my collection journey with you. And, I've been finding my way forward. It was never meant to be, something to replace my day job or to make a lot of money off of. I certainly haven't made any money off of it because I don't have enough subscribers or watch hours. But I don't know, it was kind of an experiment, and I've enjoyed it in many ways, but it also has not. It's taking time and energy from other things. It hasn't blown up or taken off in a way that makes it, relatively easy to step away from because I know I'm not going to disappoint too many people. And also on top of that, I do notice that I want to sort of maybe rethink how I spend my Pokemon collection dollars, and doing the channel has been a fun outlet because I do buy things to open on the channel and I keep an eye on things. I mean, some of the things I purchase is for that, but I think if I step away from the channel, I'm just curious to see if it maybe allows things to be a little easier for me to kind of calibrate my spending. That I might not just, frankly, to say it more simply, is that I would be spending less money on Pokemon if I didn't buy things to open on the channel. I'm still going to buy Pokemon stuff. I'm still going to work on my collection. But if I'm not buying things just to open on the channel, some of those things I might buy anyway. But in any case, I am going to open stuff today. I'm trying to work through some of the things that I do have on hand because I do want to open them. I still want to open cards and packs. But what we're going to do today is still a Master Set Monday. I have here off to the side, I have sleeve booster packs of the two sets. Now, I build master sets on this. I build master sets on this channel. I'm interested in building master sets from starting at the beginning of the Sword and Shield era, so all Sword and Shield sets, including specialty sets, and then all Scarlet and Violet sets, including specialty sets. I think this is an interesting moment. It's a kind of an inflection point in the hobby because we're entering a new era. We're entering the Mega Evolutions era, and so I do think it is also for me kind of a chance to maybe reassess what I'm doing with the hobby, and so I'm kind of doing that, and I'll talk more about that I think in maybe another video or two this week before I step away for a minute. I am going to still do my dailies. I think I'd like to finish the year out with those. At least that's the plan as of now. So I was mentioning I collect master sets. That's a big focus of the channel, is documenting my master set collection journey. And so there are two main series sets in Scarlet and Violet where we still do not have a master set. So we're doing really well. We have 8 of 10 master sets in Scarlet and Violet, and the two we're missing, and that doesn't count the specialty sets. We definitely don't have Prismatic Evolutions mastered or Black and White mastered. We're going to be working on those for quite a while. But as far as main series sets, we've actually done pretty well. We've had some nice big pickups recently to be able to finish some of those sets, to get chase cards out of some of those sets. But the two sets we're still working on are Destined Rivals here and Surging Sparks here. Surging Sparks, we only need 3 cards, but we still are chasing that Pikachu. It has come down in price, and I think it's, a little bit more attainable now, especially if it's really all we need. But we do still need a few cards from Surging Sparks. Destined Rivals is a different story. I mean, we're doing pretty well, but we still need about 20 cards or so for Destined Rivals. So today we're going to do a pack battle between Surging Sparks sleeved booster packs and Destined Rival sleeved booster packs. I have 9 of each. And actually, that's not technically true. I have 11 Surging Sparks booster packs, and I have one of these two artworks. I have one Pikachu artwork, and I have one Latios and Latios artwork. And so I'm going to set these aside, and these are going to be the last 2 packs we open. So Surging Sparks is going to get kind of 2 extra chances at the very end, and we're going to use those 2 artworks. But in the meantime, we're going to jump in. Destined Rivals. We're going to go 9 packs of Destined Rivals. We'll go back and forth between the 2 sets. And we're going to see, can we pull anything that we need? And also, which is going to be the better pulls. Of course, these sleeve boosters are going to be totally random. It's not like a booster box where you kind of might have a certain sense of what you would expect. But nothing there. There's the code card. Sorry, I will give that away. So that's our first Destined Rivals. Yeah, we've had good luck on the channel over the years. I mean, if you want to think of it that way, we've had some good pulls. We've had a lot of not good pulls, or a lot of... but these are packs that, most of these packs I got quite a while ago. The Destined Rivals packs I got mostly at Family Dollars out on the East Coast. Oh, Brooksish. We don't need this, but it's not one of the ones we're chasing. But any hit is a good hit. Anything that has some value we're going to resell. I either put it in a pack that I resell, I make some packs that I sell locally, and if it's got more than a few dollars of value, then I'll resell it on eBay. I'm actually going to vend at a card show this weekend, so that's another thing that is taking up a little bit of time this week, kind of getting ready for that. We're going to see how that goes. I might talk about the card show in a video. As I'm recording this, the card show is upcoming. I think by the time this posts, the card show will have happened, so I can talk about how it went. So we're on to Surging Sparks. It'd be really nice to, I mean, if we could just pull that Pikachu SIR, that would be awesome. So anyway, these are the two master sets that we're still working on in Scarlet and Violet. So I think we've done really well in Scarlet and Violet for sure. We'll put those up there maybe. We're kind of running out of space. My work area here is kind of cluttered. I need to do some organizing. Some of it's because of getting ready for the card show, and some of it's just because of some other stuff I've been opening, but yeah. Anyway, so I do appreciate your support of the channel over the years. It was an experiment to begin with, and you know, it's been fun. Like I said, I mean, just thinking through kind of, and I think back to how it's evolved over time. Like when I first started, and this shows how the hobby has changed, and this is also, I think, part of it. I might talk about this in a separate video next week. But when I started this channel, Temporal Forces, it was in the middle of the Scarlet and Violet era. Temporal Forces was the new set, and one of the things I had in mind was just to, again, I think it's always been to show my, to follow my collection journey. I'm spending all this time and money and energy, kind of on Pokemon cards. And so, I just kind of, part of my thought was just like, I'm kind of, I mean, I think of myself as an average collector. I know that's relative, right? I spend a lot more than probably a lot of people spend on Pokemon cards. But I don't know, I'm not a big time YouTuber, as I don't have distribution. I don't sell, I don't have a card store on the side. I'm just like a collector. I'm a guy who likes cards. There's something peeking out. Hey, Arvin's Mabostiff EX. This is an SIR. It's got the 2 yellow stars. So we did pull an SIR out of here, which is exciting. And I do think we actually need this card. So that is awesome. Yeah, so we pulled the Bruxish illustration rare, and now we've pulled Arvin's Mabostiff EX SIR. So that's great. This is a card we needed. And I don't think it's one of the more valuable SIRs, but it's, anything we pull is something we don't have to buy to add to our collection. So that's exciting. But anyway, I was just reflecting on, when I started the channel, it was, I had different ideas. I've tried different things over the year and a half that I've done this channel. I mean, the best videos I've ever had were, I had a colleague at work who had some, basically a shoebox of old cards that she wanted me to go through. She let me go through, and I did that. And those had I got 10,000 plus views on the first of those videos, and I think the other 2 videos were very strong. And so it's an indication that, I think, maybe my content isn't hitting the right notes for people. Some of the other content, just like the opening cards and opening packs, I realize that a lot of people do that, and I'm not an early mover in that space. So other people kind of got there first and have established reputations, and it's hard to break in when you're not doing something. There we go. Not doing something super new. Part of what I thought I would do is just kind of, as an average collector, I would just track my collection journey and talk about what it's like to be an average collector. And I have tried to do that over the videos. I mean, just showing what I'm, and it's a little bit of a way, hopefully, to keep people up on what's going on. So when new boxes or tins release, or there's new promo cards, or certainly new sets coming out, yeah, then it, something that I'm, trying to find product to open and that sort of thing. But it really has changed, and I think that's part of the, part of the struggle and the downside of the hobby right now is when I started this channel, I started collecting in, 2020 because my son was getting into it. He was at the right age for that. And then I sort of stuck with it even after he moved on, which was kind of, ironic maybe that it kind of really captured me in a way. And so I kept doing it. And then, I was watching other YouTubers and kind of thought that might be kind of worth trying or something fun. And again, it really helped me structure my hobby in some ways, like the things I was looking for, the things I was opening. I was going to open this stuff anyway, so why not just do it on camera and talk about it as I did it, and if it was interesting and helpful. I think I also had a vision early on to be a resource for parents, because I was a parent who didn't know anything about Pokemon at one point, and I thought about doing more sort of explanatory videos. those take a lot of energy, and I'm not like very good with editing, and there's some other channels that do a really good job with that, and so that's another space that I feel like, you know, I was kind of thinking to be a resource for parents, but that's not really the direction. Electivire EX, we have that one. Oh, that's a DRI, just an ultra rare. So anyway, the channel kind of in some ways evolved a little bit naturally, and I ended up, you know, just kind of, yeah, like I said, just kind of tracking what I was up to with Pokemon, just the stuff I was doing anyway, just putting it on camera instead. And but just how the hobby has changed too. I mean, you know, getting access to things, what things cost. I mean, when I first started the channel, it was Temporal Forces, and I bought a booster box of Temporal Forces for $600, and I opened every single booster box. I opened all 6 booster boxes. I bought a case of booster boxes, booster box case, and I opened all 6. And then I had videos on Thursdays where I would track what we pulled and just kind of talk about pull rates and kind of show like what someone might expect if they were to do that. And now, you know, I mean, $600 might not even get you 2 booster boxes of the new set, if you can even find it. And, you know, it just has changed so much. It just is kind of a bummer. You used to be able to get product readily. You could get product for good prices. And it just doesn't make sense to open, like, even a single booster box anymore. Clamp Earl, we have that one. But it is a hit. So Destined Rivals is very much outpacing Surging Sparks so far. We do have... let's open this Surging Sparks pack. And then after this one, there will just have to be 1 pack left of each. I am glad we pulled an SIR. That makes it feel a little bit better. Like I said, I got these packs. A lot of them, the Destined Rivals ones I got at Family Dollars on the East Coast when I was out there in the summertime. And then the Surging Sparks ones I found on, I think I got them a while back, just found them on store shelves back in the before times when you could actually walk into stores and occasionally at least find things. So we're down to 2. We have 1 of each, and then we have the 2 Surging Sparks packs that we set aside. Again, Destined Rivals definitely far out ahead here with pulling that SAR. So anyway, I'm just reflecting a little bit on, you know, the channel, and I kind of eventually settled on the Master Set Mondays. I think I've been doing Master Set Mondays more or less from the beginning, where I'm trying to focus on Master Set building. I'm opening packs of a set where I'm still chasing a Master Set. It's become harder to do. Earlier on, I did some Master Set Monday openings of, so nothing there. So Destined Rivals is going to have to stand pat with that, but it did pretty well with SAR. But I had, you know, did Master Set Mondays with Sword and Shield sets. I did 36 Evolving Skies, 36 Lost Origin, 36 Chilling Reign. Not necessarily coming out of a booster box, but hey, a Skarmory, that does help. Surging Sparks makes a little bit of a comeback. Well, let's see if with 2 more packs of Surging Sparks, let's see if Surging Sparks can come all the way back, even though it does have the advantage of maybe 2 extra packs. So we've got 2 more sleeve boosters that you can see what we've pulled so far. We've gotten 2 illustration rares from Surging Sparks. We've gotten an SIR, an ultra rare, and an illustration rare from Destined Rivals. All right, Surging Sparks. Man, if we pulled the Pikachu, be a nice way to end, right? Nothing in that one. All right, last pack, we've got the Pikachu. Let's do it right. Let's say if we get Pikachu, Pikachu and a Pikachu. Oh, it's not a Pikachu pack. I was hoping maybe we'd have like triple Pikachu. We got a Alolan Exeggutor, but let's see. Can we pull anything? But thanks for watching the channel, not just today, but over time. And like I said, I might have a few more videos to try to wrap things up. And I'm not stepping away forever. I have enjoyed it, but I think it may be for various reasons I already talked about. It might be good to kind of take a break and kind of go from there. All right, nothing in that, so nothing to help the cause of Surging Sparks. So it looks like Destined Rivals is our winner today. We did pull the Sarvins Mabostiff SAR, so that's a good one. We'll add that to the master set. And anyway, thanks for following along. Love your comments. If you think to leave a note, and we will have more videos, or just a few more videos perhaps, coming at you real soon.